All right, so we are talking about creating trust amongst our followers today. And really, I want to start the call off by saying I don't want this to sound like I'm asking you to either A, lie, or B, to sound like you're being fake, because that's neither of what I want you to do. However, I do want you to believe in the product and believe in what you're doing and know that it works, even if maybe you haven't been involved for very long, simply because you have people ahead of you and that are, in your upline that have seen amazing success, either with the programs like physically or financial freedom from coaching. So there's plenty of proof that it works. So the best way for you to kind of start getting people to be on board with you is to what we call fake it till you make it. And act like you know what you're doing and that you already know the value of the product, even if you haven't had more than a couple of months experience with it. That's not, I'm not asking you to lie. I'm not asking you to fake or be, to sell some product that's not going to work, because we all know it does work. But by coming across that way in your posts, in your videos, in the way you conversate with people, when you act like you know what you're talking about and you act like it's the best thing in the world, because it is, then it's a lot more, it's a lot easier for your people to follow you and want to believe in you, which will then turn into believing in the product. So with that being said, you want to kind of look at yourself now that you're a Beachbody coach. Look at yourself as a public figure. Now, I know that you're just a public figure to those on social media that are following you, but you're still a public eye to them. Meaning you want to be the only thing on their newsfeed that signifies health and fitness. You want to be that person that when they think of, oh, there's a healthy recipe, you want them to think of you to share that with you. So you want to think of yourself as that idol, if you will, to your followers. It doesn't matter if you have 200 followers. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers. You need to come across as a health and fitness expert, and you need to come across as you know what you're talking about and you've got it all on lock. Because again, that'll help them trust you. And in order for them to spend anywhere from $140 to $205 for a challenge pack, they're going to need to trust you. They don't trust you. They don't think you know what you're talking about. They're not going to invest that kind of money. It is not. I know I wouldn't either, so I don't blame them. So you've got to take that idea that you are now a public figure to your followers and that you're trying to come across as a health and fitness expert, and you've got to portray that in everything that you do in social media and in your life. I'll never forget the words that came out of my mouth the first couple of weeks that I started coaching. I said it to my stepmom. She's like, "Oh, you look so great." And I think I was going to Fit Club at Steph's studio. She's like, "You look amazing." I'm like, because now I realize that I am literally a walking billboard. Like, anybody that's going to be looking at me knows that I've been trying to get healthy, trying to get fit. So I need to come across as looking good. Not every day, obviously, but if I want people to look at me and go, "Wow, this has really made a change in her life," then I need to come across that way. I need to look like it's done something for me. So that was a face-to-face connection. That wasn't even social media. Then again, when I was at school and at work, I always made sure that I stayed positive and I was at least looking like I had energy, even on the days that I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired." I still came across as a healthy and fit person. I'm not asking you to be fake. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm asking you to remember that people are watching you and are wanting to see you succeed. So that, and I'll tell you what, the moment you look like you're not succeeding, or the moment you look like you're not doing the right things, they'll grab you. They will totally catch on, and you don't want that. So again, building that trust that you are a health and fitness expert, and you know what you're talking about, and you know what you're doing. Couple of ways, you can do that is your Facebook posting. I know we've gone over this 1,000 times, but this relates back to that trust. If you are consistently, that's the key word, consistently posting that you're drinking Shakeology, you're working out, and you're eating healthy, amongst the other things that you post about. Obviously, we don't just post about those things, but if you are consistently making those posts every single day, then again, your followers are seeing you do that every single day. So when you reach out to them, hey, I've got a new challenge group starting. I see that you've been trying to get healthy. Maybe you should join us. It's already in their brain that you've got it on lock. You've been doing this every single day for XYZ number of time, and you know what you're talking about. So they're going to be more apt to listen to you and to want to get on board because you've already created that trust with them. Now, if you're really posting, like, you did a Shake-Yo picture today, and then you post tomorrow that you're out drinking with your friends, and then Friday you're eating at McDonald's with your BFF, that says to your followers, oh, she's not serious about this Shakeology thing. She's just trying to sell it. Or that doesn't really work. Look, she still has cravings. You've totally broken their trust. So your post, and I know I'm not a follower of this right now because I haven't been consistently posting.
Me neither.
And it's okay because you know what? I'm going through some personal issues right now. And it's not a big deal. And in fact, I built up my trust so well in the beginning that I still have people reaching out to me even though I'm not consistently posting. So it works out. But I kind of feel guilty talking about this and I haven't been consistent. It works though. I promise you, if you spend 7 to 10 days straight of posting and being consistent and trying to post at least 3 times a day, you will see people starting to reach out to you. Or, in your conversations, people will start to talk more Beachbody and want to know more. So creating trust by posting consistently. And then we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, too. Another way that you can build trust is to actually want to be involved in somebody's life. And I say that gently because I know that we all have crazy busy lives and we cannot be genuinely involved in every single one of our Facebook people's lives. I understand that. But you can devote a couple of weeks to being a little extra interested in the people that you want to invite. And something that I've tried and something that works for me is what I call the Facebook stalking technique. And something I totally came up with on my own, but it's worked for me. I spend a couple of days liking one person's, we'll call her Sally. I spend a couple of days liking Sally's pictures or posts, whatever she posts, not every single thing, but I like it. I'll click like, won't say anything. She'll post the next day, I'll click like, just so that she's seeing that notification come through that Brittany Henry liked your status, Brittany Henry liked your photo, and she's like, Brittany Henry, I haven't talked to her in years. Watch this. Then a couple of days later, she'll post again, and this time I'm going to comment, oh my gosh, your baby is so cute. How old is he? Or your dog makes me laugh with those funny expressions. Something totally generic, but something that it shows that I have been watching her newsfeed, I have been watching what she's been posting, and I'm interested. I care about her. I'm showing that I'm genuinely interested in what she's doing. I might comment again on something else the next couple of days, but then at that point, I've been involved in her Facebook life for a couple of days now, so now when I go to privately message her, it's not going to look like I'm just trying to sell her something. because I've been genuinely interested in her life, basically. So, and when I message her, I don't start off with Beachbody. I'll follow up with what I've been posting or what I've been liking from her posts. So, oh my gosh, we should get together for a play date. Our sons are similar in age, or you look like you had so much fun at your best friend's wedding. You looked so great, whatever it may be. Totally strike up a conversation based on what you've been liking and commenting on before. And if you've been consistently posting on Facebook and consistently talking about your Shakeology and your workouts, Sally's going to know what you've been up to too, because believe me, she'll go stalk you. Once she sees you come up on her notification a couple of times, she's going to go stalk you. What's she been up to? I wonder. So you start that conversation with, whatever you've been liking, and it'll eventually roll into what I've been doing. She'll eventually ask what I've been doing. Wow, I see you've been working out a lot. You look great, or, whatever it may be. And if it doesn't roll into that, I'll find a sneaky way to roll into that. And by doing that, again, creating trust, because now I've totally been interested in her life, Facebook life, for the last couple of days. Now I'm just talking to her like we've catching up after a couple of years of no talking, and then I'm talking about Beachbody. It will not come across as me trying to sell her anything. It will literally come across as, I see what you've been doing. This is what I've been doing. Let me know if you're interested. Totally genuine. But even after that point, you've got to continue the conversation. Even if it rolls into Beachbody and rolls right out, like they're totally not interested, they're doing Advocare, or they're as thin as a rail, they don't need any health, or they're already healthy doing something else, you've got to continue that conversation. Why? Because you still need to look like you were genuinely contacting them in the first place. Because as soon as you stop that conversation, they're going to know exactly why you contacted them in the first place, and you've then lost your trust again. Now, does it need to be an everyday combo? Absolutely not. Again, I know you don't have time for that. But what I want you to do is every once in a while, once you go back through your message feed, like go click on your messages and look back at all the conversations you've had and message that person. Again, based on something that they've been posting on Facebook, just a quick message, wow, your brother's graduation looked like it was a lot of fun. Tell them I said congrats, or whatever it may be. Just so that they know you were not initially contacting them just for Beachbody. You were genuinely interested in their lives. So again, creating that trust from your followers. So consistently posting, doing the Facebook stalking technique. And then another thing, and this is kind of more of a face-to-face thing than a social media thing. And this is really because I have a workplace to go to and I have people that I'm around on a daily basis. But it's again going back to that public figure. When I'm at work, you best believe I have the best dang lunch packed ever. When I'm walking around campus, I'm not snacking on candy. I'm not picking up the cupcakes that are in the faculty lounge. I'm not eating the chips and salsa that they have at the faculty meeting, because I am a role model for health and fitness amongst the people in my life. I need to stick to that to create that trust. If I'm picking up chips and salsa at the faculty meeting, Sally Jill in the corner is going to be like, see, I told you it's all fake. She didn't really lose all that weight with Shakeology. There's no way. She's eating chips and salsa. And you've totally broken the trust again. So going back to that walking billboard, role model, public figure type mentality so that you can build your trust amongst your followers. I can't stress to you how important that is and how critical it is in order to build your business long term. You're going to run really quickly through your friends list. I can promise you that. I'm starting to hit that. I'm at 9 months now, and I've depleted my own friends list. You're going to want to start breaking out and meeting new people. you're going to be meeting completely new strangers. If you're adding 3 people to your friends list every day, just like by going through your suggested friends list and adding 3 people, now you've got strangers on your newsfeed. Now it's more critical than ever to be that role model because they don't know anything about you. They don't know any of your history. So in order to create trust, like literally bare bone trust from the beginning with those people, you've got to be that role model. You've got to be consistent. You've got to be a public figure. Otherwise, you won't see the success long term. If you're okay with just running through your friends list and getting your friends signed up and then calling it a day, well, then maybe you don't need to worry about it as much. But when I look back at like the coaches that I follow, Lindsay Stay, Lindsay Matway, Brittany Leggett, all those top coaches, all your elite top 10, they are 100% role models for health and fitness. They signify exactly what you need to do, exactly what you need to be in order to be a healthy living person. And they're so successful. I mean, there's no denying that. So when you look at those people, when you follow those people, you need to make sure that you're thinking in the back of your head, I need to portray myself that way as well. I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning about not being fake and not lying, because that's important. You need to believe and you need to know that what you're doing is what works. It is the answer to a lot of people's questions. It is the answer to a lot of people's need. So you need to believe that so that it comes across that way. But with that being said, nobody can relate to somebody that's absolutely perfect. Let me say that again. Nobody can relate to somebody that is 100% perfect, because there's nobody perfect in this world. We all have our cheat days. We all have our days that we don't want to get off of our tush. We all have our moments that we've got to have a piece of chocolate or we're going to die. And that is okay. Your followers need to see you slip sometimes because you want to be relatable. If they see, your Facebook feed all the time, working out every day, Shakeology every day, I'm eating this, I'm eating that, I'm perfect, you're going to look untouchable. And it's going to look to your followers like, I could never do that. I could never be perfect 100% of the time. So it's okay to be honest sometimes and say, you know what, had a handful of M&Ms today, but tomorrow I'm getting back on the train. Or you know what, I straight up didn't feel like working out today. I skipped today, but I'm doubling up tomorrow. Or went to a birthday party today, had a piece of cake. It's okay. Brittany Leggett just got back from France for a week, and she straight up posted a picture of her bloated belly. She's not a big girl by any means, but she definitely wasn't as toned as when she left. And she posted that. She's like, I had a blast in France. I ate every pastry I could, but now it's time to get down and dirty. But that makes you relatable. That's real life, That makes your followers say, oh, it's okay to mess up every couple of days or every once in a while. But maybe I can do that. If I'm not held to this need to be perfect, then maybe I can do that. And you'll be more relatable, and it honestly is building more trust than not. As long as you're not doing it every day. Do not post a picture of a Big Mac. That's not a good idea. Do not post a picture of you downing 13 shots at the club. Not a good idea. But, admitting that you had a piece of cake here or there, or, you went out and had a glass of wine with your BFF, it's not the end of the world. Because you do want to come across as enjoying life as well. You don't want to look like you're this health nut, because we all know those people that are health nuts and can't really enjoy life. So restrictive to them that they just don't even enjoy life. And you don't want to come across as that either. So I'm going to recap real quick, and then we'll go to questions. So we want to create trust from our followers 3 ways: being consistent in our posting, trying that Facebook stalking technique of liking their pictures for a couple of days, commenting on their pictures for a couple of days, and then starting a conversation based on those likes and comments that you've made. And then lastly is being relatable by showing real life, your slip-ups, your tiredness, whatever it may be, just so that you come across as relatable as well. If you keep those in your mind, as well as being that role model for health and fitness when you're making your posts and when you're getting dressed in the morning and when you're going to the grocery store or where you're going to work or you're going to school, whatever it may be, you've got the mentality of people are watching me, people are wanting me to be successful with this, and portraying that through your daily life, you should see great success. And you'll definitely be a role model for health and fitness. Perfect example. I have a friend of mine who I met 2009. So what is it? 2015. So 6 years ago. That's crazy. I probably haven't talked to her since 2011. We just haven't talked. But I sometimes will like her pictures. Her daughter's in dance, and she just had her dance recital. Well, I commented on her photo like, oh, I'd love to get together. I miss Sarah. She looks so beautiful. Something, genuine, because she did look cute, and I do miss them. But she messaged me like the next day, oh my gosh, thank you for commenting on my post. I've been meaning to message you. What's this 21-day fix thing all about? Haven't talked to you in years, but I obviously had been posting consistently enough that I built trust from her that I know what I'm talking about. I'm an expert. She reached out to me because she thinks I am a successful role model for health and fitness. I didn't do anything. All I did was comment on one of her pictures. She reached out to me. Again, building that trust so that when you either reach out to them or when they reach out to you, you've already got that foundation and they're already okay with talking to you about it. Make sense? Cool. Do you have any questions for me?
I actually have one. How you said about how with your posts, or like how when you're looking at somebody else on Facebook and watching what they're doing, I've noticed I've had a few new people liking my posts.
Mm-hmm.
And they're being consistent with liking my stuff, but I don't know how to approach them yet because they're not commenting, they're just liking stuff. Okay. So I don't know how to approach them with it.
Well, I love that you are noticing that because that's huge. If you're noticing what followers are closely following you, that's really good. So, what should I would suggest maybe flipping the coin. Start liking their stuff.
Yeah.
Start being involved with what they're doing. That way, in a couple of days when you go to message them about whatever they're doing, they already know what you're doing. Okay. Liking your stuff.
Right.
So, and it'd be an easy segue, like, hey, I saw you liked my post about the 21-day fix. Is it something you've ever looked into?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you already know that they've liked it. You know that they're paying attention to it. So you already have a nice segue if it doesn't naturally roll into that. Which,
okay.
9 out of 10, it'll naturally roll into that.
Okay. All right.
But I do like to know who's liking your stuff. That's really good to be cognizant of that because if you can keep that controlled and keep that in the back of your mind, then you know who to target when you go to start inviting. So.
Yeah, because I know my biggest thing on Facebook where I get the most response from people is like my food pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's I'm making something or like I took a picture of what I ate for dinner. I mean, that's where I'm noticing most people are liking either recipes I'm doing or food pictures or.
Do you know why?
No.
Because that's something that they can do without you.
Yeah.
That's something that is non-committed. Like they're liking it because they're like, oh, I could put chicken and sweet potatoes on a plate with some veggies.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you're building trust. You're doing a huge thing by them noticing that because now you're making it again relatable. You're making it easy. Like look how easy this is. You can put a sweet potato on a plate. Like it's not some spend 5 hours cooking kind of thing. This is all I eat. This is my dinner. So absolutely. I like watching your food pictures because it gives me ideas. I always like seeing what you're posting too because I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. You know, like the other day when you cooked your chicken with your peppers, brilliant. Never even thought about that. So, but you know, that's relatable for me because I cook on a daily basis, so that gives me another idea to do.
Right.
It builds trust in you from me that I know Holly's going to be posting some good meals.
Yeah.
And I can, I can go to your page and find something to eat quickly. So
that's what I tried to do today since I started the extreme containers is I'm trying to show people like it's not as complicated as they think. Like it's very simple. So that's
and explaining that, like, that's such a hard thing to explain because people the meal planning and the containers and they're like, like no, stop. It's really not that hard. It's I promise. Just listen. It's so I know I have a daily battle with that too, like trying to calm people down and talk them off the ledge. Like it doesn't take that much time. Once you understand what you can eat and how much of that you can eat, meal prep for me flies by now because I know what to get. I know what to get. I know what serving sizes look like, or I'll use my containers to help me measure it out. I put it all in baggies, and it's done for the week. So I think when trying to explain that to people, again, I build that trust of, look, I've been doing it for the last 9 months. Well, watch my videos, watch my pictures of me doing it. Once you get comfortable doing it, it's your Sunday routine, and it gets quicker.
That's what I figured doing the before and after was taking the 2 eggs, put them in the red container, and then put the spinach and the green so they can see, and then took the picture after I mixed it. So it's like
that's great. That's
all you do. So
that's brilliant. Yeah. Showing people what you're doing, even if you think like, nobody wants to see this. Like a couple of weeks ago, I posted the pineapple coring tool that I have. I made a video of how you core a pineapple. Chris does that on a weekly basis. Nothing new in our household, but for somebody that's like, oh, I love pineapple, but I don't know how to core a pineapple, which was me, why I found this tool. That video was interesting to them. They're like, oh, you can core a pineapple that easily? I can do that. So again, showing people what you're doing and how easy it can be also builds trust. And it makes it easier for them to say, okay, I can do that too. Or I can put food in a container and dump it on my plate. That's not hard.
Thank you.
So any other questions? That was a good one, Holly.
That's a good one.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi, big boy.
Can you blow kisses?
Tita.
Blow kisses.
Dada.
Yeah, that is Daddy. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta be the attention now.
Stealing the show. Uh-oh, we lost her. Uh-oh, I lost everybody.